Welcome back to the Zayd podcast, where you and I take uncomfortable questions and turn them into unstoppable personal growth. I'm Zulfah. Today's episode isn't about broad promises or hacks for productivity. It's about the raw, compounding force of daily actions and how building a legacy through streaks and relentless consistency can change the course of your life. This is the truth behind habit building, the 365 legacy, and why Zayd.com is redefining how students, creators, and professionals measure real progress. Building your 365 legacy. The power of daily streaks and consistency. Let's start at ground zero. Most of us overestimate what we can do in a week and underestimate what a year of daily growth looks like. I've seen it. Students flood into new semesters full of goals. Study harder. Network more. Get healthier. Within days, the spark fades, replaced by excuses. Why does this happen? Because our brains crave quick wins, not slow mastery. But here's the paradox. Real change is a streak, not a sprint. Ground reality. Why motivation crashes. Here's the ground reality. Nearly every student I've talked to starts strong and gives up quickly. Motivation collapses under pressure. Attention splinters with every new notification. The all-or-nothing mindset sets you up for disappointment. Miss one day, and you declare failure. But science disagrees. Habit building isn't about perfection. It's about showing up, even when it feels pointless. Think about it. Habits are automatic actions triggered by context. The more you repeat a behavior, like posting a learning note, solving one math problem, or jotting down a reflection, the more your brain installs it as autopilot. And when habit becomes part of your identity, success takes care of itself. The psychology of streaks, why they work. Why are streaks so powerful? Because they sit at the crossroads of psychology and daily achievement. Visual progress tracking, the streak calendar, lets you see, day after day, how your effort is building up. Each consecutive day, marked by a badge or a diamond, isn't just a token. It's a neurological anchor. The pride in continued effort, seeing a streak grow, is physical evidence of your commitment. And streaks do more than motivate. They reshape your self-perception. You start as someone who tries to learn. Soon, you become someone who never breaks the chain. Miss a day, guilt compels you to return, not out of fear, but because your identity is shifting. The Zayd.com user's approach, turning micro actions into macro impact. Let's get specific. On Zayd.com, you aren't building anonymous vanity metrics. You're creating a streak that lives in your legacy. Every 365 learning log is stamped to your calendar, publicly visible, a micro journal of your growth. Visual streak counters show your momentum. Streak diamonds mark days of real engagement. Unlike social platforms, there is no empty scrolling. Each action, reflection, or achievement is documented and indexed. Zayd.com's streak-based system is radical because it makes small actions, reading, journaling, submitting notes, posting reflections, public, memorable, and actionable. Over time, your streak becomes proof of your substance. Employers and collaborators aren't just seeing a resume. They're seeing compounded growth. Log day by day. Brainstorm. Student problems and real solutions. Let's challenge the assumptions together. What are students struggling with? Lack of focus in a distraction-saturated world. Temptation to quit after missing a day. Turning a bump into a breakdown. Feeling invisible. Lost in a system that rewards only loud outcomes, not quiet consistency. Shallow validation. Likes and views that evaporate, leaving no record of real growth. What's the solution? It's not brute force. It's the science of small changes. Start embarrassingly small. Commit to a 2-minute rule. 1 micro action per day. Logged and tracked. No matter how trivial. The streak matters more than the size of the win. Attach new habits to existing routines. Want to learn daily? Link posting on your Zayd.com calendar to something you already do every morning. Breakfast, commute, workout. Make progress visible and gamified. Streak counters, streak diamonds, achievement badges. These feed your brain's reward system and keep you coming back. Zayd.com amplifies this with visible logs, feed highlights, and leaderboard positions. Embrace imperfection. If you miss a day, reset the streak, but never abandon the journey. The research shows missing 1 day doesn't destroy habit strength. Your streak resumes as soon as you return. Reflect publicly. Turn each streak note into a micro-journal, a lesson learned, or a challenge faced. This isn't just for memory. It establishes you as someone always evolving, a trait employers, mentors, and peers respect. Identity shifts. The real power behind streaks. The biggest lie students believe is that habits are about willpower. That's outdated psychology. The new school, James Clear, B.J. Fogg, and Daniel Kahneman, proves identity emerges from repeated actions. If you post something meaningful every day, even if it's tiny, you transform from someone trying to someone who always shows up. The Zayd streak isn't just a calendar, it's a map of who you've become. Missing a day feels off, not because the system is punishing you, but because the new you can't imagine skipping. This self-fulfilling feedback loop sets lifelong learners apart from dabblers. Compounding. The math of micro-growth. Let's think mathematically. If you grow 1% every day, log 1 new skill, journal 1 new lesson, reflect for 2 minutes, that's a 37x improvement by the end of the year. That's the magic of compounded micro-actions. A lesson both Warren Buffett and habit-building psychologists endorse. But this isn't about numbers. It's about creating a streak that inspires others. On Zayd.com, everyone can see your streak calendar, your progress timeline, the days you showed up, and the lessons you shared. This public feed, combined with achievements and badges, makes your growth contagious. Case studies. Student streaks that built legacies. Let's get personal. The students making the most of Zayd's streak-based system aren't geniuses or obsessives. They're relentless. Consider Aman, who struggled with focus, began logging short daily finance notes. After a month, recruiters approached him for internships. His streak proved his dedication, not just his interest. Mira's daily learning logs around web design grew into a public portfolio. After 100 days, she discovered her own creative style and built a foundation for freelance work. Rahul's attempt to build his resume by logging marketing case studies became infectious. Other peers joined the leaderboard, sparking a micro-community of growth. Breaking down Zayd's unique habit mechanics. This is where Zayd.com sets new standards. 1 streak post daily, up to 500 characters, tagging topics, automatically stamped to your profile. Streaks convert to badges. Every 7, 30, 100 days, your profile unlocks new achievements for sustained effort. A visual calendar. The learning streaks display every entry, letting recruiters, mentors, and collaborators see not just what you achieved, but how you achieved it. Streaks aren't just for public validation. Private notes help users document hard days, missed wins, and pivot points, creating a personal archive and a public legacy. Every action is designed to be accessible mobile, desktop, SEO optimized, and networked for maximum visibility. Why consistency beats intensity? The science. Look at the data. In one large-scale study, students using streak-based learning platforms completed 21% more exercises and showed significant achievement gains. The streak system generated a culture of micro-effort, overcome inertia, and pulled the ambitious out of the shadows. Neurologically, streaks make habits stick. You stop relying on motivation. Actions become reflexive, freeing up cognitive resources for deeper work. This is why streakers persist years after the initial spark. Momentum always beats motivation. The creative application, not just students, creators and professionals can leverage streak calendars for daily ideation, networking, and public accountability. Build a streak of creative outputs. Log new networking connections each day. Post short reflections on business pivots or lessons learned. Over months, consistency shines brighter than sporadic viral moments. Challenging assumptions. You and I on the edge of change. Now let's challenge your assumptions. Are you still waiting for the perfect time to start building your legacy? Waiting for motivation, clarity, or an ideal week? That's a myth. Change happens by starting small, repeating consistently, and letting the streak define you, not the other way around. If you're afraid of public vulnerability, posting half-baked learning notes, or embarrassing progress, remember, the only legacy is the one built in public. The streak is your armor, your proof, and your gift to everyone watching. Action steps. Start your 365 journey. Let's get actionable. Here's how you and I can build a 365 legacy with Zayd.com. Log one learning, one skill note, or one reflection each day. Keep it short. Focus on showing up, not showing off. Track your streak in the calendar. Watch the diamonds and badges unlock, and notice your identity start to shift. Use streak notes as micro-journals. Tie each learning to a real experience, a tough class, a failed interview, a breakthrough insight. Link your streak to goals. Every 30, 100, 365 days, revisit your journey. Annotate your progress. Set iterative goals. Invite others. The most powerful streaks inspire friends, classmates, and collaborators to start their own chains. Why Zayd's system serves real growth and legacy. Here's the final truth. Legacy isn't built by luck or loud gestures. It's built by consistency, evidence, and the courage to record even your smallest wins. Zayd's streak system makes invisible growth visible, giving you the tools, the tracking, and the community to turn habits into heritage. The world doesn't need more digital noise. It needs more leaders invested in daily mastery and visible, authentic legacy. Your 365 streak isn't just for you. It's a blueprint for everyone who follows your feed, reads your notes, and draws inspiration from your compounding effort. That's how small actions change lives. Today, you and I broke down the art and science of turning daily actions into an unforgettable legacy. We exposed the lies about motivation, the limits of intensity, and the compounding power of showing up for yourself every single day. Whether you're logging streak diamonds, posting learning notes, or grinding through setbacks, your consistency builds more than a resume. It builds a reputation, a network, and a legacy. Don't underestimate the ripple effects. With every streak, you make public the invisible work that real success requires. On Zayd.com, in your career, and across your life. Start today. Bring your streak to life. Your future is written one day, one note, one small action at a time. This is Zulfah, your partner in sustained growth. Until next time, keep streaking, keep showing up, and keep building the legacy the world needs to see.